Take a listen at this May 15, 2024 joint press briefing by the Beninese Minister of Mines and representative of a delegation of the China National Petroleum Corporation that mediated Benin's current standoff with Niger, out of which Benin announced temporarily lifting its blockade on Nigerian oil exports that had been imposed more than a week ago. Good evening and welcome to this press briefing that I am hosting, jointly with the General Director of CNPC, the parent company of WAPCO Benin, which is in charge of the construction and of the operation of the Niger-Benin oil export pipeline. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of this project, Benin and Niger have signed an agreement called a bilateral agreement, which sets the general conditions which will govern the construction and operation of the pipeline in the territories of Niger and Benin. According to the provisions of Article 3.1 of the bilateral agreement, the right of transit of crude oil coming from Nigerian territory to Beninese territory is granted to the state of Niger, and it is by virtue of this right that all other agreements and legal instruments have been put in place in accordance with the spirit of the agreement. The state of Niger and the state of Benin are all guarantors of the agreement, through the transport system, and the right of transit is granted to Niger state by shippers of crude oil from Niger. Benin intends to play its part in all the agreements signed within the framework of this project. Nigerian Customs having sent a letter to Beninese Customs for the participation of a delegation of Nigerian executives, together with Beninese executives, in loading operations as provided for by the agreements, we therefore decided to authorize the loading of the first ship which anchors in our waters. That is to say that Benin has no intention of harming either the interests of the state of Niger or those of our common partner CNPC, the parent company of WAPCO. However, it is important to note that this is a one-off and provisional authorization, as mentioned in the letter of the Nigerians, and cannot be established as a rule of conduct for the normal operation of the pipeline, which must be done within a normal framework of relations between states. I would also like to announce to you that under Articles 21 and 22 of the bilateral agreement and Article 10.4 of the host government agreement, the WAPCO company has requested the holding of the meeting of the Benin-Niger Interstate Committee for steering the project to examine the urgent issues that are linked to the proper conduct of the pipeline's operations.
Aux fins d'examiner les sujets urgents liés à la bonne conduite des opérations d'exploitation du pipeline. Notre pays, le Bénin.
Our country Benin has given its agreement for the holding of this meeting of the Interstate Committee. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear press partners, here is the information that I wanted to share with you by initiating this press briefing. Niger and Benin have a joint project between the three countries of Niger, the country of Benin and China.
Entre les trois pays du Niger, le Niger, le Bénin et la Chine.
And the three countries have received all their support and their contribution for the construction of the pipeline.
Pour la construction du pipeline.
And we achieved a satisfactory result in the construction process. So throughout the process, I would like to emphasize that all three parties cooperated. We are currently at the stage of putting into action production, transportation and oil exploitation.
Nous sommes sûrs et nous avons la conviction
We are sure and we have the
que
conviction that these people will become a symbol of friendship and development, thanks to the combined efforts of the three
grâce
parties.
aux efforts conjugués des trois parties.